All right, this is Jeff Hull and Addison Williams, and we're here for this podcast recording because we want to give you fitness fanatics the whole truth. We're not going to leave out the things that mainstream podcasters and media are going to leave out.
There's a lot of common misconceptions about early mankind's eating habits, and we just want to clear some of those up for you and go through some lesser known facts and some helpful tips. And
so paleo, I'm pretty sure it was started when there was a lot more abundance of dinosaur meat on the market.
There's a lot more dinosaurs during the Paleolithic period.
Right.
Paleo.
But what I wonder is did the people in the Paleo period, were they trying to go back? Were they trying to eat like an earlier period? Like they were in the Paleo period and they're like, hey, we're going to do the Jurassic diet where they would eat.
Ketolithic period.
The Ketolithic
period is where they were trying to eat in most of the early foods. But
so my understanding is, stop me if I'm wrong here, the earlier your diet is historically, the better it is.
That's correct. So very early man had the ultimate CrossFit physique and diet. Of course, we all know that paleo is a Spanish word. Paleo from the Aztec period. And if you look
pay
at
Leo,
Aztecs,
like we owe him money and we have to pay Leo?
No, it's Spanish. That's actually, don't pronounce the L. Pejio.
But we're just bastardizing it, as we tend to do.
We've westernized it. But what you'll find is that if you looked back at the people of that period, very lean, very
starving,
stacked, very swole group of people. If you remember the movie 300, where some of the early Aztecs held off a invasion
of conquistadors. Yeah, the 300 Aztecs.
Stacked, those guys, and they ate mostly.
And that's a documentary film, right?
It's a documentary film.
Historically accurate, and it's just amazing what they captured on camera back then.
It was.
And those guys ate paleo, you said, and they did CrossFit?
Shot on handheld.
So basically my understanding is all we've done is we started with perfect diets and fitness, and we've just gotten worse. So all of human intelligence and learning has just been about making us worse. So my question is,
Big food, big pharma have really interrupted our natural eating habits.
Right. But it makes me wonder, didn't, colonial Americans, they weren't eating paleo either. So they must have been complaining like, man, we need to go back and eat, Middle Ages diet, right?
Middle Ages diets.
Right. And because they're trying to go back in time like we are.
They have the benefit of the same historical references that we have today with the internet. We have a lot more access to earlier information than they did.
Oh,
due to the fact that we have the internet and Google, and you can Google things like what did people eat during the Ketolithic period, for example, and you'll find all sorts of tips.
Oh, okay. So what you're saying is that people in colonial America didn't know that the Middle Ages existed, but we do.
We do.
So there's maybe like a gap in history where they're like, nothing came before us.
They didn't have encyclopedias, so they couldn't have looked it up. They couldn't get a book and say, what did they eat in the Middle Ages? They didn't have the access to the same data.
Right. But we know everything now.
Boat to find that out at some point.
So, right. So now my question is, what did Big Pharma look like when they were suppressing the paleo diet, 1,000 years ago, when they were trying to hide it? What were they trying to sell you? Because
first of all, they weren't Big Pharma back then. They were Little Pharma.
They hadn't grown yet.
Smaller Pharma. They were more sort of meddling in your early medical interventions.
Right. And little known fact, Big Pharma is short for Big Farmer Joe, who's trying to sell you bullshit from his farm. Right.
Farm is Latin for farm. It's just you add an A.
Yeah, right. So which is how you make everything Latin.
Big farms is part of the reason why we have this abundance today.
Right. So they want to try to sell you too much food.
Like subgroups, like Big Farm Sugar, right? Big Farm Grains. These are
those assholes.
They're peddling these products.
Right.
Which are counterintuitive to our CrossFit goals.
Right, because they don't know that we're full. We don't need more food, and they're just trying to push it. Right. They're like, hey, eat more sugar, eat more grain.
Eat more sugar, eat more grain.
Right.
But less dinosaur.
Yeah, they've got to lift the ban on dinosaur meat. I'm kind of tired of it. So, question, what exotic meats are we not eating that we should be, right? Because also, little known fact, the less available a food is, the more awesome it is for your body.
We're eating a lot of meats from the non-aggressive animals.
Chickens and cows.
Chickens, cows, right? Sheep, literally sheep. It's a euphemism for a non-aggressive, passive
Right.
animal.
So we should be eating
you really
wolf?
want to be non-aggressive and passive? That's the
Oh,
question, right?
beta meats.
I mean, you literally are what you eat. So if you're eating non-aggressive, passive, soft, fat pigs, we eat pigs. All right,
then
pigs.
we're pigs.
They're a slovenly animal, right?
Well, what do
If
you
go out there on the gym floor, you're not going to see a lot of people who want to be, hey, what do I look like? Oh, I want to look like a pig or a sheep or a cow.
You were a pig in the gym, man.
Right.
You crushed
Yeah.
that workout. No, that's
Right,
not.
exactly.
That's not the
what
goal.
life is.
So, so what meats are you eating to become more aggressive? I personally eat bear meat
Beer meat?
because I want to be a bear.
Oh.
I was trying to find some falcon meat because
Meat.
a bear that could fly would be pretty intimidating.
Swoop down and attack from
Uh,
above.
Right, and
Death from above, falcon meat.
I was trying to
Yeah.
find wolf meat. Got arrested.
I'm going to throw a word out there. I'm just going to say fuck that, right? I mean, you got to go straight to the really super aggressive animals. The crocodiles. All right?
Apex predators.
You got to go top of the food chain, all right?
Yeah.
The wolf's not top of the food chain because bears quite often eat wolves. But you want to go right to your crocs, your sharks, your megalodons.
That's why the
megalodons.
shark cartilage was big a few years ago because you
Yeah.
just take the cartilage is
aggressive.
enough to make
There was a lot of
you a
problems.
shark.
A lot of problems with guys who are overdoing the shark cartilage.
And then domestic abuse.
Domestic abuse.
That's
throwing
terrible. I
Throwing
hate
down on
that.
their partners, significant others, because of the amount of shark cartilage. But you got to, keep it in balance, keep it in check, make sure you're talking to people if you're going to be eating a diet that's heavy on apex predator.
Ask your doctor before taking apex predator supplements
Exactly.
and meats.
So you want your large carnivores like your elephants, your crocodiles.
Elephants are apex predators?
Nobody fucks with an elephant. All right.
It's true, and they kill all the trees,
Yeah.
right? They can eat like a
And
whole
anything.
tree.
They'll eat anything.
They're
Like goats, giant goats.
that sounds like a prehistoric apex predator.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
the mega
If
goat.
you want to eat paleo, you want to get as close to dinosaur DNA as you can as well. So
Right.
there's a lot of dinosaur DNA in croc.
Yeah, I mean,
dinosaur
in
DNA.
sharks, they say that they're like they're just.
You might be able to tell
today.
by my accent that I'm an expert on croc. So, because even just the way I say croc, or on the crocodiles, I'm overly familiar with them.
And you don't say alligator because you're from the southern
We don't
hemisphere.
have alligators.
No.
Alligators are a passive animal.
Oh, really?
Alligators can live in herds. They're domestic. A lot of people
Oh.
keep alligators down under, just in case a croc comes around. You got something to appease it.
You throw the alligator to the croc, like,
Yep.
here's tribute, eat this alligator.
Just bugger off out the back door while the croc's playing with the alligator. It's well known.
Little known fact. Thank you.
It's well-known
Geography
fact where I
lesson.
come
I'm sorry.
from. It's all right, mate. It's all right.
That's okay. We're all here to learn, right?
Yeah, but
That's how
back
we
on
learn.
topic because really we want to talk about the diet. Not
We've
not
gotta
the diet of
improve-
The, croc. The diet of the croc is quite relevant.
Well, so I guess the goal as an apex predator is to eat the most dangerous other things, and then it eats the other dangerous things, and you
Exactly.
just descend down the list.
Yeah.
And with paleo, I understand, you do want to eat a lot of meat. Obviously, exotic meat is better apex meat. But what about the?
Leaner.
I think what's that?
It's leaner as well.
Right,
It's
and
important.
and we all know that you are
You
what
don't
you
need
eat.
fat. You don't want any fat.
No, because that makes you fat, right?
Exactly.
Fat makes you fat. Sugar makes you sweet, and you don't want to be sweet. You want to be mean.
Right, we mean like protein.
Right.
Protein
And
or promean.
right. And there's no gluten in the paleo diet, right?
No gluten whatsoever.
Right, because it makes your muscles sticky with the glue,
It's sticky.
the glue
stickiness
and
of the
gluten.
Yeah.
And
It also gives you big glutes.
gluten gives you big glutes,
Yeah.
but not the good kind. Like
Not the
it
good
makes
kind.
your butt
Like big-
fat and flabby.
Right.
That's why it's called gluten.
Right.
Makes perfect sense. Right, and you want to have
So-
strong, lean glutes. So don't eat gluten.
Like an apex predator. You ever seen the glutes on a crocodile?
Yeah.
Busting out.
Yeah, look at the tail on that one.
Look at that. Exactly.
Yeah, no silverback gorillas.
Silverback gorillas.
Huge
Mean
glutes.
glutes.
Yeah,
I spent a lot
They
of
don't-
time studying the glutes of silverback gorillas.
they don't skip leg day. For sure, not skipping leg day.
Silverbacks never skip leg day.
So-
Silverback delicious, by the way.
Oh, really?
Get a Panda Express. You try Silverback Express.
Panda Express, yeah, pandas are soft and innocent, and I've had their orange panda, the General Tso's panda before.
Those Panda.
But until they get silverback, you said there's a silverback express?
Silverback panda.
Silverback. That sounds like a mean
It's an
animal.
old panda.
Oh, okay. It just gets old and its
Yeah.
hair turns silver on the back.
Yeah, they're not good for anything other than erectile dysfunction. Yeah, again.
Well, so the conclusion is, you want to eat the leanest apex predators you can find. If you can't, obviously, you want to approach your local black market. Ask your doctor before eating apex predators. So that
The older the better. You want to go back prior to the Paleolithic period.
Right.
Before the conquistadors. Head back through the Ketolithic
period, right, for
and
keto
then
diet,
all the way back to the Middle Ages.
which is the earliest known period we identified.
Because of the internet.
Right, which tells us things that we didn't know prior
Just trying
to the internet.
summarize
Yeah.
for folks at home who are probably having trouble following.
So if you have any questions, you can hit us up in the likes and comments, because I'm sure this will be on social media all over it. Click the like button. Talk to us in the likes section, in the commentary section, and we'll be back at you with more fitness advice in the next couple weeks. Thank you.